What's up, YouTube? So, probably about an hour ago, Tom Brady had a press conference about the Super Bowl that's coming up. He's going to be playing the Los Angeles Rams. So, let's hear what he has to say. It should be a good press conference.
How are you today?
Good. Doing well. How you guys doing?
Doing really well.
Good.
On Instagram, you put out a photo of a clean jersey with your some of the
Yeah.
offensive linemen and stuff. What's your thoughts on the way that group has performed this postseason?
I think they've performed incredible all year, really. We really haven't had many sacks this year. I think they've done such a great job protecting. In the run game, I think that speaks for itself. And that was just an incredible effort last week. And we're going to need it again because this group is.
You're damn right that was a good performance last week by the O-line for the New England Patriots. A damn good job. Brady had all the time in the world to do whatever he wanted to do, and he did it. It went to overtime, but his boys held it down.
Obviously exceptional at that position. D-line is certainly a great strength of theirs. And, we'll be challenged. All those guys will be challenged. And, we'll need those guys to play a great game.
And excuse me, I am very happy that Tom Brady gives props to the offensive line and defensive line because it pretty much all starts with the Hogs up front. Now, it might be a little bit of bias because I was a hog up front, but I'm glad the offensive linemen and defensive linemen, the guys in the trenches that are fighting, they get some praise in this too. Because I bet you a lot of offensive linemen from the New England Patriots could walk around town anywhere and nobody would know who they are. But everybody knows who Tom Brady is. Everybody probably know who the running back is, who the wide receivers, Edelman. I bet you they know who they are, but they don't know about the Hogs up front. So I'm just happy Tom Brady gave those guys props.
This year, what's it like been for you working with Brian Hoyer and having him with you in the quarterback room?
It's really great. We've obviously had a long friendship, and we're hit it off since he got here, and then he left for a bunch of years, and we always kept in touch, and it's just been great to have him back. So I've always just really enjoyed my time with him. He's just got a great mannerism about him. He's very positive. It's really great for me to have him there because he's always encouraging, and he's just a great teammate to have. Not only his role in his position, and he always has a great understanding of what we do. And, I lean on him for a lot of things. And, he's just, he's a great friend. He'll always be a great friend. Obviously, I love him being in that position.
You mentioned that you guys do throwing competitions together and that you hate losing to him.
I do, and he beats me a lot, unfortunately. He's a great passer of the football. And, he's good in any condition. He grew up in Ohio. He went to St. Ignatius High School, which is where my college roommate went to. And, so I obviously knew a lot about St. Ignatius, and Brian going to Michigan State, there's obviously a lot of connections, and then get drafted here. And he's just, he's really a great person. He's a great dad. Just a great family man. And, again, I just love kind of hanging with him.
Jason Corey yesterday described your relationship with Julian as a bromance, and he said, look, they've been around together for a long time. But one of the things that struck me was he said that some of that nonverbal communication, he said if one of them messes up, the other gives a look like, not necessarily disappointment, but come on, do better. We've done this long enough.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's a critical component to sort of your relationship on the field?
Yeah, we have a great relationship, Jules and I, and, I trust him so much. And we put in so many hours together in the meeting room, in the film room. And, I think obviously he and I go back a long way. And, him going to CSM and, my relationship with Tom Martinez, going back to CSM and then from Redwood City to Kent State, which was close to Michigan. And then, drafted here, play receiver, but he was a quarterback. And, he's always been kind of like my little brother in a good way, I know probably I don't have a little brother, but he's kind of like a little brother. and he knows how much I love him, and what he's kind of done with his career has been incredible, and he's so impressive as a player, as a leader. To go from playing quarterback in college to receiver in the pros, and then to become really a dominant receiver in the pros, I think speaks to his work ethic, and it's just I'm so happy in everything that he achieves, and obviously I can't say enough good things about Jules.
There are just 2 receivers in NFL postseason history with over 100.
Excuse me. So earlier in the day, I think maybe yesterday, I think it was on First Take or Undisputed, they talked about who Tom Brady's talking about right now would be, I think it's Julian Edelman. He's their wide receiver. They're talking about him going to the Hall of Fame or possibly being a Hall of Famer. And there was a big discussion on that because, his stats aren't that strong for the regular season. Now, granted, during the playoffs, he balls out. During the Super Bowl, he balls out and he has rings. But going into the Hall of Fame, you generally look at your whole body of work. Are you balling during, the regular season? Are you balling during the playoffs? Are you balling during the Super Bowl? All that takes into account in order to make it to the Hall of Fame. And Julian Edelman, I just don't think he has it. At this point, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. And there's a lot of guys in line that are not Hall of Famers. What is it? Isaac Bruce? Who's that? Anquan Boldwin? This is a bunch of guys I can't even name right now. But yeah, let's hear what else Tom has to say.
Catches. Jerry Rice with 151 and Julian with 105.
Yeah.
Look, obviously speaks to your team success being there over and over again, but that's a pretty outrageous number for someone, as you just mentioned, who was a quarterback and maybe had no position when he came here.
Yeah, it's really beyond incredible for Jules to do that. When you talk about Jerry Rice, that's the guy that's, set every receiving record in the history of the NFL, basically.
So I definitely wouldn't put Julian Edelman, tongue twister with his name, I'm sorry. I wouldn't put his name in the same sentence with Jerry Rice. I would not do that by far. Jerry Rice is above and beyond better than Edelman. So I don't even want to hear it.
And, for Jules to be right there, as one of 2 guys, including him, again, it's just such a credit to Jules. And, look at his stature. He was never, he wasn't built like Megatron. He's just built the way he was built. And I think he's just worked so hard over the years to, learn how to play receiver. I think his quarterback background's probably helped him in terms of, knowing where to be, knowing how to get open, and, knowing when the quarterback wants to get rid of the ball. And, he's just done an incredible job.
Tom, you've had such an incredible run of success. A lot of people call you the greatest of all time. I'm curious, after all of these years, what keeps you motivated? I love the competition.
Because that man is a champion. Champions love to be champions. He's a winner. He's one of those guys that are just super competitive and love to win, love to play. It's just natural for him. He's just a natural player. He's a natural football player. That's what drives that man.
And I love trying to improve. And I think that's what it comes down to. It's every year has its challenges. It's very different, from when I was my first year to now. It's just, things change, obviously, with yourself, the team, personal situations, professional situations. And I love competing. I love playing football. I think loving the game and trying to improve and be the best I could be for the team is great motivation for me. And I've always just spoke about winning, and that's what I love to do. That's why I'm here. That's why this team, I think, has, done such a great job. I think everyone here is just committed to winning and really doing whatever it takes to win. And whether that's Julian, moving from quarterback to receiver, whether that's Mike Vrabel playing tight end, for us, or defensive players lead blocking on the goal line, or Troy Brown or, Julian playing DB at different times. Everyone just kind of does whatever it takes. And that's a great place to be.
We've seen you use your eyes so effectively to move defenders, not give up where you're going with the ball. When you're little and you're hitting a tennis ball, throwing a wiffle ball, you're told to look where you want the ball to go. So mechanically, how difficult is it to train the rest of your body not to be out of position to throw where you are eventually going to want to throw when you're not setting your eyes to where that's going to be until the very last moment?
That comes with experience. I mean, he's been throwing the ball for years, and you practice that over and over and over. Don't look at your receiver, the main one that you're going to be throwing to, because those DBs are up there watching your eyes and watching where you're going to be going. Those linebackers are looking in your eyes and reading exactly where you're going to be going and what you want to be throwing. So you have to throw them off by looking to your receiver to the right side, but at the same time, look over real quick and throw it to the left, the receiver on the left side. It takes with years and years of practice. It's not easy to do. I know some running backs, I think it was Ricky Williams, he wore a visor that was like a sunglass visor across his grill. So it was hard for linebackers and DBs to read where it's going, because a lot of running backs, they give tails. They have tails about which way they're going to go. You know, if they're going to hit that A gap, they're going to be looking at it to see what's going on, see what's going on there. And linebackers will look at their eyes and read and see exactly where they're going. So, yeah, it takes years of it. Let's hear what else Tom Brady has to say.
Yeah, it's really a lot of years of repetitions and a lot of hours of thinking about, drills and mechanics and so forth. And I think at this point, so much is just, it'd be really hard for me to change too much right now. Because I've had so many years and hours invested in my mechanics, fundamentals, footwork. So, little modifications you could probably make, but for the most part, a lot of these things have just been drilled in me for so long by all my coaches from high school to college to this level. And, it's just doing it. The more you do it, the better you get at it. And again, I said last week, part of doing it a lot is loving it. And if you don't love it, you're not going to work hard at it. And I think, again, just fortunate to love it. And when you love it, you work hard at it. And when you work hard at it, you can work every day at it. And I think that's been just a great benefit for me in my life.
Tom, would you share a few of the Rex up and down with the injury? What's it been like to have him, down the stretch and be able to count on him?
Rex Burkhead?
Yeah.
He's done, again, we had him last year, and then I know he was a free agent, and then we re-signed him, and I think everyone loves what he did for us last year and, wanted more of it this year. And I think he's done it, and he obviously dealt with a tough injury. But, Rex is a tough guy, and he's, we all have trust in him to do the right thing, make the right decision, and just does a great job giving it to him, does a great job in blitz pickup. Could play third down back. He can be first and second down back, goal line runner. And, we split him out. I think that's just a great credit to his skill set. He's got, a lot of the things that, it takes to, either run the ball inside and then obviously to run it outside and catch passes on the outside. So he's really a dynamic player. And, he's just a tough matchup for a defense because, he could be in a lot of different places. And he's obviously become a very dependable, consistent player for us. And, we love having him out there.
Can you share a couple of the less obvious ways maybe that you have changed? You just reflected, every year is different, but this matchup with the Rams does go back to the 2001 season, your first Super Bowl. What are some of the less obvious ways that you're a different person now than you were then?
I think I'm in many ways I'm similar. I don't think in the end things are that different for me. It's a tough question. I have not.
Do you find yourself appreciating more, reflecting
Absolutely,
more?
No.
Come on, lady. That's some pretty stupid, basic questions. Of course, a lot has changed since 2001. A lot. It's been, 18 years? Almost 20 years, lady. So a lot has changed. He's gotten smarter. He's gotten wiser. He's gotten that old man strength, if you will. The other players come in, be just as big as him, just as strong as him, but he has that old man strength. He has that old man mentality that you can only get with years of experience and playing the game over and over and over. He's got that old man mentality old man strength in his brain. So I mean, he's well aged.
Changes, obviously your life circumstances have changed. I'm sure you
A
drive
little
a
more
different
mature
car,
than when I used to be.
a different house, you know. But I'm just curious, maybe the reflection or the enjoyment of the experience this time as opposed to when you were such a young kid at 24.
I think I have, I was raised by, a great mom and dad who are, were very important in my life, still are. And I think they taught me some really great lessons when I was a kid. My mom's, I think some of you guys have met her, she's probably the sweetest person I've ever met in my life. And, I get a lot from her. My dad is very loving, empathetic, and I get a lot from him. And, my family, my sisters were very competitive growing up. I got a lot from them. And then just being a part of some really great teams, I learned a lot. And my college experience was really good for me, challenging, but great. I learned to grow up a lot from a kid from California to grow up to be, a kid in the Midwest. And it was a different level of competition. And then to come to the pros and go even further away from California and to be away there for 19 years, I was joking, with Dante and Ivan. I've been with them longer than I've been with my parents. And, with Coach Belichick longer than that, Mr. Kraft. And so many people have been here for as long as I have. And really, this has become my home. And I can't say enough good things. I just love it, and I love playing. And like I said, many of those things are still the same. I loved playing then. I still love playing now. I don't take anything for granted. I really don't. I enjoy it. I think we all work hard at it. But, to get to this point is really exceptional. And, I'm proud of the guys for making the commitment. And certainly not easy. I think everyone at this point is, you're tired, you're worn down, but at the same time, you have, one of the great opportunities in your life. And this is a memory you'll have forever. And I really hope, we can go out and take advantage of it. And the Rams have worked equally as hard. They got a great team. They do well in all phases. And just like the last, all these teams that we played in this game, it's a very difficult game to win. So I'm excited for it. I'm going to try to get as much rest as I can and try to go out and play our best game of the year, when we need it the most.
Thank you, Tom.
So thank you.